In Russia, terrorists prepared a plan to attack Red Square, but it was not possible to implement it. In this regard, new information has been published on social networks. Baza publishes details about the terrorist attack in Crocus City Hall. The curators told the militants that there will be many Jews at the concert of the group Piknik. Accused Dalerdzhon Mirzoev told about it. Mega Belaya Dacha flashed among the targets at some point, but after reconnaissance, the militants traveled around Moscow, filmed possible targets, stopped at Crocus. Before the attack on Crocus, one of the terrorists gave the other a drink of water with a strange aftertaste. According to sources, Shamsutdin Fariduni gave the water to the others. After that, the fighters felt a sharp rush of strength and courage, and the feeling of fear was turned off. Dalerdzhon Mirzoev assured the investigators, in his time he could not even kill a chicken, but after drinking water, he went to the crime without fear. A month before the terrorist attack in Crocus, terrorists were collecting a bomb in Novosibirsk, but they failed to make a detonator. According to Baza, the bomb was prepared by Dalerdzhon Mirzoev, as well as another ISIL supporter by the name of Shuv. According to the sources, the terrorists were thinking about an attack in Novosibirsk, and Shuv later left for Tajikistan. There the militants were also gathering to stage an attack or an explosion. As a result, they decided to beat Moscow. The targets of the attack in the capital could be Red Square, Trade Fair Complex, Moscow, in Lublin and Synagogue on Chisty Prudak. The first option failed due to a large concentration of police, the second, due to armed police, who could resist, as well as multiple emergency exits and a fire station located near the complex. The militants thought that there was an attack on Moscow, most of them would be able to escape. Closer to March, they decided to attack Crocus.
For nearly 3 years, Russia's Shahed drones have haunted Ukrainian skies, striking military and civilian targets alike. But that may be coming to an end. Today, Ukrainians deployed their latest breakthrough, a powerful new laser weapon capable of blinding, burning, and even bringing down Russian drones and missiles mid-flight. Euromaidan Press says Shaheds have been used as the leading Russian strike drones for almost 3 years so far, and they have been used to target critical Ukrainian military and economic infrastructure, including defense industrial complexes and the Ukrainian power grid. Ukrainian Air Force figures show that since June 2024, there has been a month-on-month increase in drone attacks, with over 4,000 launched in March. The rapidly increasing production numbers and the number of drones launched are leading Ukrainians to develop new methods of countering them effectively. Originally, a large portion of the Ukrainian defense against Shahed drones comprised mobile air defense units that utilized surplus machine guns and autocannons mounted on pickup trucks. Operated by civilian volunteers and specialized military units, they shoot down large numbers of slow-flying Shahed drones each night. Ukrainians even implemented river patrols utilizing the same weapons and tactics on the Dnipro River to protect major Ukrainian cities along the riverbank, Euromaidan Press reports. Ukrainians are also developing more advanced systems, such as new interceptor drones made to catch up to the Shaheds and take them down with a shotgun-like explosive. However, the peak of Ukrainian development of air defense technologies is the new high-tech air defense system, Trizub or Trident. The laser system can destroy FPV drones, aerial bombs, cruise and ballistic missiles at a distance of 3 kilometers. Ukrainians also note that Shaheds, helicopters, fighters and even strategic bombers can be damaged or destroyed at a distance of up to 5 kilometers. Laser systems are capable of optical blinding to suppress drones, cruise missiles, helicopters and other aircraft at a distance of up to 10 kilometers, disrupting the targeting systems of missiles and drones while also blinding the eyesight of manned aircraft pilots. Colonel Vadim Sukharevsky, the Ukrainian Unmanned Systems Forces commander, stated that the laser can effectively shoot down drones and ensure the defense of strategic facilities and civilian residential areas, Euromaidan press says. However, the most critical information, such as the power range and the configuration of the laser beam, is classified and guarded from the public, indicating its performance may be higher than reported. The possibility of integrating automatic or AI targeting systems, like Ukrainians have done in other weapon systems, would only further increase its effectiveness, as it already stands to change the field of modern air defenses. It is unknown when the Trizub will enter full service. However, it will undoubtedly increase Ukraine's ability to keep its skies secure. Russian top propagandist Vladimir Solovyov has come up with a new idea that Lviv and Ivano-Frankivsk are wonderful Chinese cities. During his propaganda program, a fragment of which appeared online, the Kremlin mouthpiece dreamed that Russia would take over all of Ukraine except for the western regions. He offered that China occupy the Lviv and Ivano-Frankivsk regions. We are taking back our part of Ukraine, and Lviv is a wonderful Chinese city. No? You don't like Chinese Lviv? I really like it. By the way, Ivano-Frankivsk. There are Russians and on their land there are Chinese, Solovyov said. It is worth noting that the guests in the studio reacted with surprise, nodding their heads that they did not agree with this idea. As reported, Russian propagandist Vladimir Solovyov recently attacked residents of Belgorod and called complaints from Belgorod residents about shelling and indifference from other regions vile hysteria. The propagandist, who constantly calls for the killing of Ukrainians, called his compatriots various creatures, pretending to be bloggers who started a vile hysteria. There were a lot of different creatures pretending to be bloggers who said, "Look, the federal government has forgotten Belgorod. Help the people. The people have nothing. It's a nightmare. The people feel abandoned. How can you? While Moscow is having fun, Belgorod is dying." All this vile hysteria, which is immediately picked up by the Ukronazi media, he said on air at Russia 1. The propagandist said that he had visited Belgorod and found out that in December the region had been allocated 1 billion rubles for armored film and shelters. Therefore, to all those who are trying to say that the feds have abandoned us, shut up, bastards, he added. After this, many indignant comments from Belgorod residents appeared on his VKontakte page, offering him to come and live there. As if China, this country, is providing weapons to Russia, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenski said, citing information from Ukraine's intelligence and security services. Supplies include gunpowder and artillery, with Chinese enterprises working in Russia, he said, adding that Kiev will provide more detailed information about the cooperation next week. Officially, China has claimed to be neutral in Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, calling for a peaceful and diplomatic resolution of the conflict. But in February 2022, shortly before the Kremlin launched its all-out assault, Moscow and Beijing announced a no-limits partnership deal. Multiple reports have previously suggested that China sends weapons to Russia amid Moscow's all-out war against Ukraine, but Beijing denies this.